Good afternoon. I'm going to share these things with you that are very important to your son. Right now, we see a lot of activity around males, right? And it kind of stems from the neglect. We have a tendency to think that the boy, we use terms like, oh, he'll be fine. Uh, Let him struggle through it. Um, you got to be tough. Boy, shut up. Um, Sit down, right? And because of that, you're confusing him. And it's as simple as it gets. You see, I think we all know that the boy needs healthy male involvement. Just based on the data, right? We can just base it on the data. Um, we can base it on the fact that there are only 2% black teachers for black boys, and that's black male teachers. And we can go down that rabbit hole because of the incarceration rate, the way that black males are patrolled, the way that they are pigeonholed into situations. It's amazing in this country. Now, when they make it out, sports, even in academia, when they're brilliant and they're smart, they're drawn in away from their culture. White boys are being indoctrinated in the same area, same types of ways, but through violence, isolation, suicide, the they approach, and how parents tell them that someone that's the opposite color is taking their job. These are things that boys are dealing with: suicide, gun usage. Like, so here's something that these things right here boys need. And these little small things are going to make a difference in your household, right? When your boy does his chores, and he does his chores without you having to say anything, you then must encourage that. You must say, good job. Why? Because that builds mindset, growth mindset. It's very, very important. Words have a way of rewarding children, just as they have a way of destroying children. So that's the first thing. The second thing for your son, I talk about this all the time, other than the second thing is his physical conditioning. Your son needs physical conditioning. He has to do push-ups. He has to do certain things. He needs physical conditioning to develop. And this is for those parents who also may have a boy with asthma. I've seen so many parents send their sons down because they have asthma. And as soon as you put the kid in a sport and we take our hands off those things, the boy is able to somehow physically make the adjustment. Now, the coach has to be aware, or people have to be aware that they have asthma, but it can't be a crutch. So you have to make sure that physical conditioning is a big part of your son's life. Healthy physical conditioning. Walking, running, push-ups, sit-ups, sports, anything to challenge them. And the third thing, and I stress this in my mentoring program when I was coaching and everything, stop doing everything for your son. He can't cultivate leadership that it's going to be needed when he becomes a man, husband, or father if you continue to do everything for that boy. He becomes spoiled. And like food, spoiled creates problems. You got to understand that. You have to stop doing everything for your sons. Even because you're in a hurry. Boys have to process. You have to stop doing everything for your son. Because the more you do for him, the more he's going to be dependent. And he's going to think his mate, his woman, his girlfriend, he's going to have a philosophy that this is what you must do. And to be honest with you, that's not healthy. It's not healthy. We're isolating our boys too much without those three things. You have to imply, you have to be encouraging. And there's a great story that goes with that. When I was working at the airport, I was passing out my cards throughout the airport with one of my quotes. I'm a child, can you discipline me? I'm a teen, can you have patience with me? I'm a young adult now. Can you love me for all the things I'm not? And it was on the card, the business card. And one day, we were going to the credit union, and the guy I was carpooling with, a friend of mine, Tony, he went in. And when he went in, I decided I needed to go back in to take care of some business myself. So I get out the car. When I get out the car, I go into the booth. There's a young lady there. I'll never forget, her hair was super red. Super red. And she asked me, what did I do? I kept telling her I work here at the airport. And I had a card, and I threw the card on the desk. She grabbed the card, she jumped up, and she was screaming, "You saved my life. I understood what you were doing. I got it just from your card. My son is now an honor student." He had been kicked out of 3 schools, and now he's an honor student simply because of the words on that card. I took your card to the 3 schools, and the only reason why they didn't call you is because you were African American. And I explained to her, society is sick. Of course, we make decisions based on color because that's how we're divided. And we continuously do those things. Well, it's impacting the boys. And if it's impacting the boys, it's impacting the men, husbands, and fathers. We cannot tell our sons to earn something. You have to earn this. But then there's this shortcut that we hand them. They never appreciate shortcuts. In fact, I'll be willing to bet you that 80% of the people that has received shortcuts or handed things, they've failed with that process. So just those 3 things. 1, make sure when they give you something with chores, school, education, life, you encourage that, you let them know, because that helps improve growth mindset. 2, physical conditioning. Exercise. Your son should be on sports teams even if they're not playing. They should be involved with sports. It's going to help them deal with general public. Nobody who doesn't earn the position should have the position. We have far too much of that. And 3, stop doing everything for these kids and allow them to learn how to partake in the family and assist. Too many of you all are doing all the work and you have kids sitting and playing video games. That doesn't work. Remember that. My name is Dr. Calvin T. Mann. For over 40 years, I have male success.